Hi there. We've got a little bit of history now, which is rather interesting. You'd think just a candle lamp, which it is. Silverlight, yep. But let's have a closer look at it before I light it up, and you'll be impressed when I light it up as well. Now, I found this in the one of my boxes. It was, funny enough, I thought, well, that's a funny colour, and then I wiped it clean with a cloth and it's white. So it was dirt that was making it coloured. But anyhow, let's get down to the name on it, and I was quite impressed. Turn it around the right way round. Obviously it's got your voltage 240, and you've got your wattage, which is 25, which is a normal size for this type of lamp. You turn it around a little bit further, and lo and behold, we see the name somewhere along here. It's obviously made in England, and there's the name, Vesta. Now, a lot of you probably have never come across that name, but as being rather old, in fact I think I'm one of the oldest members in the lighting gallery, I remember Vesta lamps very well. I used to go to our local Woolworths, FW Woolworths and Company, and that was the genuine old Woolies, not after it had been taken over. Now it's gone, it's vanished. But at that time, Woolworths was, as we know, Woolworths. Remember their counters divided by glass, and they sold lovely strong mints and peanuts, which were always hot, and the reason they were made hot was by carbon lamps, which I could see, and I thought, oh blimey, if I could only have one of those. Now remember, I was virtually a kid at the time, so I was expected to do these things. Anyhow, I go off the subject. Woolworths sold two brands of lamps. They sold Vesta and Sunlight. Sorry, Sunshine, not Sunlight, Sunshine. Done Sunshine lamps and Vesta lamps. And as far as I know, one of the makers of these lamps was Splendor. But what was characteristic about them, they never sold coil lamps. They were always single coil, and generally thought to be substandard. I don't know why, but I know if I ever mentioned Sunshine lamps at home at the time, they said, oh, they're not very good, they're not very bright. Well, they probably weren't very bright. Being single coil, they give out less light than coil, but they probably lasted longer. And really, there was nothing wrong with them. Now, let me show you this lamp alight. I was quite impressed. Let's turn the Varia off. It's 240 volts, so okay. Now, remember I said Silverlight? This one is rather interesting. I'm lighting it up now. You can't see anything at the moment. But what about that? We're actually showing the filament through the lamp. And not just a normal single coil type filament, but a zigzag filament, which I'm pretty sure is fairly unusual for this type of lamp. There's the filament, resting it on the side, so let's turn it down a bit so you can see. There's the filament, and I would say it's had very little, if any, use. That filament is virtually brand new. Now, this doesn't often happen with Silverlight lamps. Normally you don't see the filament. If I was to wrap it up a bit higher, we've got 100 volts going in at the moment. I'm not going to bung it up full, I never do. Let's say that it's about 150 volts, and that's the filament. It's a good old rough service filament, and in my book a good quality lamp. It might be named Vesta, but believe me, it's not a badly made lamp. So, you know, that's one added to some of the lamps. You can see at the top now, so it's there's looking down on the top. A good quality lamp with a bargain. These were obviously bargain price lamps. They were sold much cheaper than the so-called ring lamps, as they were called at the time. Your Osrams, Mazdas, Cromptons, Metrovic. They were all ring lamps, and they were dearer than what Woolworths supplied. And I suppose one of the reasons they were supplied as single coil. Well, this lamp is exceptionally good because it's got a good rough service type filament, which is unusual. A lot of these lamps did have that type of filament, but it was not in a zigzag form. And I have shown these before. Anyhow, any comments on here, please leave. I'll try and answer them. And as I say, this is one of the lamps that was in the a box which I've been sorting out. So it's quite interesting. Anyhow, there's the size again. There's my enormous hands. Not really enormous, but there's the lamp. Anyhow, once again, thanks for watching. Any comments, please make. Please subscribe. Please like all the things you do on YouTube. Thanks again. Thank you.